Fearless and defiant, these young protesters have mounted the biggest challenge to Thailand's establishment in decades. There have been military coups and political crises in the past, but what's happening in Thailand now is unprecedented. These activists want the country's untouchable monarchy to be reformed, and many are willing to do whatever it takes to achieve it. Protest leader Rung spent 16 days in jail for the cause.
I never knew what prison life in Thailand was like until I stepped in there. Then the fear crept in. Is this real? Do I have to shower with others watching? I cried on the first day.
The 21-year-old student was the first to publicly challenge King Maha Vajiralongkorn with a 10-point manifesto. It demanded curbs on his power and wealth, and for the harsh defamation law aimed at those who criticised the royal family to be abolished. Rung's arrest was for the lesser crime of sedition. Now on bail, she's relishing her freedom because she knows it won't last.
I have chosen my path and it needs sacrifice. So while I'm not in jail, while I'm still outside, I have to make it worth my while.
Political unrest in Bangkok's been building for months. Rallies began at the start of the year when a vocal opposition party was disbanded by the courts for receiving a large political donation. Protests were paused during coronavirus lockdowns and the economic fallout made people angrier. Tensions simmered in June when a Thai activist in exile in Cambodia was reportedly kidnapped. By July, demonstrators had returned to the streets, calling for the Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha to resign and the Constitution to be rewritten. And in August, protesters shocked the nation by adding monarchy reform to their list of demands. As the student-led protest movement grows, devoted royalists have been mobilising too, with large rallies of their own. And the King and Queen have stepped up their public appearances. The Posi Achinda family went to a recent royal event to show their support for the centuries-old institution.
The monarchy is the unification of the heart and soul of Thai people. It's the institute that Thais hold on to, and the fact is the monarchy does not interfere with politics.
Sasi and her husband Sermsak respect the monarchy because a previous king gave their ancestors land. Sermsak's grandfather was a royal guard, and they say the royal family helps with thousands of community projects. They're appalled by the protesters' demands.
You are playing with faith of people, strong faith, pure faith. I'm telling you honestly, whatever you do, you will only face loss.
Where all this heads next will depend on whether the young protesters can grow their base. Older Thais are starting to join in, with some funding helmets, masks and other supplies. Sai is a famous actress and singer in Thailand. She's paid for thousands of meals and drinks at protest sites and openly supports the leaders.
There should not be anyone getting arrested just because they asked questions or are suspicious of something.
But her stance has come at a cost.
A lot of my work was cancelled. Suddenly I was told I was not fit for it. Some of them told me they had to do that. It's okay, it's understandable. Everyone has a price to pay.
To this point, at the King's request, no one's been charged with defaming the royal family. But with another mass rally this week, the Prime Minister's hinted that could be about to change, with security told to enforce all the pertaining laws against protesters who violate the law. A threat the leaders say they've heard, but won't be deterred by. Mazoe Ford, ABC News.